Mark.
We're shooting 10 episodes at once, which is extremely challenging.
On a given day, we might be shooting pieces of 4 episodes.
There's a risk of getting lost in your storytelling.
You rely on everybody.
You just can't make any mistakes.
The stakes are high to get it right.
The consequences, getting canceled, I guess?
I just had sex with your dad.
Maybe it's insane, I have no idea. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is about 4 degenerates who own a bar in Philadelphia.
What you doing?
I was doing some office stuff.
It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and you're piss-ass drunk.
You think I'm ugly?
Yeah.
I'm not ugly, you're ugly.
Yeah.
It's about social topics, really.
Israel just got to be too dangerous. I mean, you know, with everything that's happening.
Well, that's a tough situation you got over there.
that whole tsunami and
No?
well, the Superdome thing that they
No, there's no
It's
Superdome.
one of those places.
They're like disconnected to their own level of narcissism, and everything seems to get reduced to, you know, a selfish brawl.
Okay, everybody, you're making a scene.
And at the end, nothing really changes.
We're back to normal.
We are back to normal.
I'll give you a ride. Hey!
We have Danny DeVito this year. He plays Frank Reynolds.
I get to play Dennis and Dee's dad, who's neglected them all their lives.
You are a horrible father.
He sort of inserts himself very aggressively into our lives.
We're going back to the strip club.
All right, strip club. After hanging out with us for a couple of days, he recognizes that he was happy back when he was a scumbag.
This guy is just as much of a knucklehead as the rest of the characters. We found out that Danny was a fan of the show.
I was hooked first as an audience member.
John Landgraf, who's the president over at FX, is friends with him. And I said, John, please get me a meeting with him as fast as possible. So he did. I went over to his house, and I just started lying, basically.
He was pitching, you know, big time. They wanted me to be in all 10 shows, and I really wanted to be in all 10 shows, but spreading them out would have been really difficult.
He had a time limitation.
At the end of 20 days, he's gone.
So all his stuff comes up front, and in the process of shooting him out, you've opened all 10 scripts.
The onus on us was to be able to schedule the entire body of Danny's work for 10 episodes at the front of the schedule, which carries with it a raft of challenges.
You're having to basically do your whole season's worth of work before you start shooting.
It's like a large volume of water going into a very narrow shoot. In standard episodic television, the pattern has always been to do complete episodes at a time and rotate directors and assistant directors.
In this case, we had to shoot all simultaneously and not in sequence. And so I'm directing all 10 episodes that we're doing.
Most shows you can have 3 or 4 episodes that are written, and you can start shooting while the other episodes are being written. We couldn't do that.
We had to very quickly write 10 scripts.
Any show you're on, you're getting handed a script the day before you shoot, maybe the day after you shoot. This one, they had 400 pages worth of story together before you shoot anything.
In a way, it's like we're shooting a 450-page film.
The Screen Actors Guild has very good and strict rules about when you start an actor, you have to pay them until they're finished with their work. But if you're shooting parts of an episode and then coming back to it 3 weeks later, you know, there's huge cast carries there.
A cast carry is when you hire somebody and then they don't work again for another 3 weeks. You have to pay them for the whole period. We're a low-budget show, extremely low budget, one of the lowest budgets in television right now. So to pay one actor a month's worth of work over that hold for what could be 3 scenes is strenuous, to say the least, on our budget.
We have an actor that we lose at a specific time. So if you have missed continuity or missed shots that include that actor, that's a real problem.
The major challenge is keeping everything consistent.
Which leg did I have crossed? Which leg did I have up? Which way did I turn? You know, when I left, was my drink in my right hand or my left hand?
When you're on set and you hear a voice call out, the mug was in your left hand, as an actor you're going, I don't care where the mug was. I'm gonna put it wherever I need to put it in the scene. And then you realize in the editing room, thank God for this woman, because if she was not calling out things like that, you know, you'd be screwed.
Everybody has to be aware and on their game about the continuity within the whole season.
It's kind of like a movie, but this is like 3 movies.
Just think of trying to keep the continuity of wardrobe between 6 or 7 story days times 10 scripts.
It's very intense for wardrobe. We can't go to the director or go to someone and say, hey, oh, sorry, it's not going to match. So there's no room for error. 0, no room.
Interesting.
Danny's character starts off with a lot of money and goes through a lifestyle change.
I'm giving it all away.
So the continuity of having maybe the same outfit look great in episode 1 and look really bad in episode 10, it's just logistically a lot.
We probably have 50, 75 pieces per person. They may have 10 of one item because it starts off this way, then he gets in a fight, then he gets dirty. In episode 210, which is 10 weeks down the line, they're wearing a sweater. In episode 202, they're wearing the sweater, and they come in, they're like, I've been wearing this sweater all day. And we have to explain to them, you've maybe been wearing it all day, but you're wearing it week 2, and then you're wearing it week 10, and in normal life, you would wear a sweater twice in 10 weeks.
In a lot of circumstances, we'll be inside wearing something, and then a month and a half from now, we're going to be in Philadelphia shooting the B side of that as we exit.
It would be really weird if he walks out of the room and he's zipped up, and then we go to the next shot and he's zipped down. Like, that's really important, those things you notice.
Because of the limited time and that many episodes, 1 minute we'll have a black eye in an actor, the next minute they have to look handsome, the next minute someone's looking starved, the next minute someone's looking good again.
Does she have a bruise in this scene? Is it still there 10 scenes later?
Our makeup people have to do an unbelievably amazing job of keeping everything sort of organized.
Here I can know by episode what are our main continuity nightmares. I'll just be able to very quickly know there's the plaster look with the cast, there's the drunken sweaty look, and know that that's going to work at some point that day.
Action. Controller.
Today, it's hard to believe how fast it's all gone by. Danny's going to finish today. He's going to be wrapped in photography. He was a trooper. Worked as fast as we could want him to. I think he had a ball doing it.
And cut. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings the successful completion of all of Danny's work. And we are going to go down to Patty's bar and have a little celebratory goodbye.
Oh, this is great. Oh, man.
We're just jamming along. Everything's worked out great. On this day forward, we will spend about 2 more weeks here in Los Angeles and do our final prep and then travel to Philadelphia and come back with the goods and start cutting the shows together.
He could have been working with these guys for 10 years, and you really feel it, and you really feel they are family.
It's amazing that we accomplished as much as we did.